Alright, so this is a analysis video. And first and foremost, shout out to Darth Sora for reminding me that I needed to do this video. I've been putting it off for a while and I didn't really think about it at the time, and then I was like, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. Because I just watched his video about would the Jedi forgive Anakin and return after he returned to the light. So mine is about Anakin, but it's about the 5 sides of Anakin Skywalker. There is Anakin at 9 years old, Anakin Micro Series 03, Anakin in the prequels, Anakin CGI Clone Wars, and Anakin in the comics. Now, I haven't read all the comics, so I'm kind of like down on that, so I don't have all that information, but I will say that I'll, hazard a guess that, he's pretty badass too. And I know people are like grunting like, he's one person. Why are you saying 5? You're thinking linear. I am multi-dimensional and multiple POV with this shit. So it's 5. So why are there 5 sides of Anakin? Well, I think outside the box, that's why. With Anakin, you see him when he's a kid in Phantom Menace, and then you see him growing up through Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and Clone Wars, the Micro Series, and the CGI Clone Wars, and the Micro Series Clone Wars as well, and the comics as well, because there's like 9 volumes of Clone Wars comics. I haven't read it. Well, I think I've read 3 of the 9 volumes. And then there's new stuff out now. Plus, I've read the book, well, listened to the books because I like audiobooks. I'm an audiophile. So, with there being 5 different versions of him to look at and analyze, well, technically 6, but I don't like the OT, so I don't really count the OT. And that was a short ass scene, so I'm not even counting that. When you see him as a boy, you're introduced to, some Anakin who literally knows nothing about what the fuck's going on in this world. He's just, a slave. He's a slave, and, he never had dreams of getting out and whatnot. Like, he's always wanted to win the Boonta Eve Prod race and whatnot. He's been a slave with Watto. He's got his friends. That's his crutch and everything. Plus, there's all these theories in my head too, and I'm getting to those. One of the theories that popped up that my sister actually brought up to me was there's a theory that he, what was it, projected himself onto Padme or latched onto Padme. One of the two. Because, when he left Tatooine after being picked up by Qui-Gon, and subsequently freed, he projected himself on the Padme because he lost his mother, and, Padme was there for him, basically all the way through till her death, and, gave birth to their twins and whatnot, but he didn't even know about that, so, it was rough. Like, I mean, it's something to really consider because it makes a lot of sense, because he lost his maternal figure. He lost his mom. His mom's still on Tatooine. And if you've listened or read Attack of the Clones, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, the book is better than the movie, and the movie's better than the book. I will always argue books are better than the movies, but, I can flip-flop on that because I don't give a fuck. That's how I am. But for this part, the books are better than the movies. Because in the beginning of Attack of the Clones, if you've been living under a rock and have not seen the prequels because you hate them or what the hell ever, go jump in the lake. Lake of Minnetonka and purify your ass. That's a Prince reference. If you don't know who Prince is, I question your sanity. Anyway, yeah, like he lost his mom's the beginning of Tatooine, the beginning of Attack of the Clones. You're immediately launched into, in the book I'm talking about, you're launched into how the Tusken Raiders ransacked the village and kidnapped Shmi. Then, like, ooh, I got goosebumps thinking about that. Then it cuts into Coruscant. Now in the movie, it just cuts to Coruscant. So in the beginning of the book, you automatically find out what happens to Shmi. Yeah, Shmi. Goddamn hook. Anyway, this is going to be a multi-part vid, I can tell. So you find out what happens to her. Anakin don't know what happened to her until like middle of the movie, I think. And, you know, he turns to the dark side. He killed all Tusken Raiders. He killed the women, the men, women, children, the animals, all that shit. Probably broke all their pottery, too. But going back to him being a kid for a second. Like, he's innocent. He doesn't know what's coming. He has no idea what is in store for him. And apparently a lot of fans were mad about seeing him being innocent and shit. Like, everybody started out differently. Not everybody has like the cookie cutter life. Not everybody has a white picket fence dream, you know? So yeah, of course, the most evil person in the whole fandom started out as a kid who liked to do pod races. Sorry to ruin your childhood. So, yeah, he's good at fixing things. He's good at being a pod racer. And he won the Boon to Eve. Boom. So, now we fast forward to his teen years. So, you know, it's 2002. It's Attack of the Clones. You know, he's 19 or 20, I think, at the time. So, he's in his late teens, early 20s. And, you know, he's a Jedi Knight. So, you know, he's coming into his teen year. He's coming out of his teenhood and all that shit. And, you know, he's growing, learning. And, you know, he sees Padme again. And, you know, it's like, boom. He still feels for her. He still loves her. He still cares about her. He wants her to be in his life and all this shit. And, you know, you're looking at the teen aspect of him. And then, you know, from then, you know, he's growing as a warrior. He's growing as a young man. And, you know, the books always give you the mindset of how he really is. And I love that so much. And Revenge of the Sith, the opening for that in the book, fucking beautiful. It's gorgeous. Like, you see the opening in the movie, gorgeous opening. In the book, is like, who was that? Jonathan Davis. Legendary narrator. I love him. He's like, this is how it feels to be Anakin Skywalker in this moment. And boom, he goes into exactly how he feels. He's worried about Padme. He's worried about a whole bunch. It was a whole bunch of things he was worried about, but like one of the main ones was Padme. I was like, damn, that's good. And then you see the romance blossom between, you know, Anakin and Padme, and, you know, how it's forbidden and how he shouldn't do it, but he does it anyway because hormones, and he's horny. She's horny because she had a thing for him in Phantom Menace. And I found a meme on that shit. Oh, God. I love that shit. Are you an angel? No, you will be. You will be. I love that meme. It's dirty funny. I love it. And and even as a kid, he took down the Trade Federation droid ship. Or no, the Lucre Hulk. He took down the Lucre Hulk. That's fucking amazing. I mean, damn, like he's done so much just as a kid, and then in his teens, he's becoming this, rebellious teen, well, late teen, early 20s, and, rebelling against his code and, becoming this young warrior and whatnot. And you see him growing, and it's amazing to see this growth. And you see his personality start to take shape where he's more rebellious. He doesn't care. He just wants to be with Padme. He wants to be the best Jedi ever and have Padme by his side. And then Attack of the Clones is over. And then we jump into the micro series. And then we'll jump into Revenge of the Sith. I'm going by years because this is how I remember the timeline. So in the micro series, we continue his growth as a warrior and stuff. 2-volume set, but I call it a whole movie because the movie is on YouTube. I love that motherfucker. It is 2 hours long. It's awesome. Yeah. It's a beautiful movie. And it showcases all the amazing, it's amazing. It's a beautiful thing. You need to watch it. But you also see, Anakin's evolution as warrior. He fights Ventress and defeats her. He champions his fears about his mother. He realizes his destiny and what he becomes. He saves a village and whatnot. I should have said I'm giving out spoilers and shit. Oh well, too late. You're in spoiler territory, bitch. So, and I'm just grazing over stuff because there's a lot to process. I'm trying to get through all of it. But in his 20s, you're seeing him become the true Jedi Knight that he's to be, and how his power is becoming, it's growing and evolving, and it's to where, he's becoming who he's supposed to be. And, his maturity as well is growing. So that's even more fun. And after that, he loses an arm, gets a new one. He lost 2 arms in the process. First to Dooku, and he was pretty matched against Dooku, which was really amazing. Like, that was a pretty good fight. I love that fight. Like, he was matched against Dooku, and, he even exposed himself with his love for Padme and whatnot, and Attack of the Clones, and, it's that fierceness. Like, right then and there is when he started his turn to being a Sith. Easily started his turn becoming a Sith. Because he's passionate. He's passionate about Padme. Sounds like a fucking soap opera. Next, on ABC, passionate about Padme. Coming to Disney Plus in 2021. Passionate about Padme. And then that was a reference to his death in Revenge of the Sith video game. What else was there? And then after the micro series, of course, the end of that bleeds into Revenge of the Sith. And then we got Revenge of the Sith territory. So now he's proud warrior, still cares about his girlfriend. He, him and Obi-Wan are still close. And I didn't really think of Obi-Wan as like a father figure to him. It didn't really occur to me that Obi could be a father figure to him. Because at the end of Revenge of the Sith, he said, "You were my brother, Anakin." And I'm like, Wouldn't he technically be like a dad to you? Like, wouldn't you consider him your like surrogate kid? Because you've stuck with him for so long and pushed, helped him grow as a person and whatnot. Oh, I just remembered something. In the book Rogue Planet, this book takes place. I'll be jumping around and shit, so it'll be a yo-yo effect. Still counts. In the book Rogue Planet, damn good audiobook. Um, that takes place after Phantom Menace, and it's the first time that Obi-Wan sees Anakin. He sees Anakin's real power as a kid. Like, it's pretty harrowing. What did he do? I can still hear the sizzling in my head from the audiobook because it was so good. If you haven't read it, it's a spoiler. Anakin, 9 or 10-year-old Anakin, was it 9 or 10? Melted an enemy's face or some shit. He did something. He either melted the dude's face or something with his power. I forget what it was, but I can't remember who the narrator was, but he said his face sizzled and cooked as it melted off of his bone. I was like, oh, what did I just hear? And that was Anakin's power as a 9 or 10-year-old. That young, he had that much power. I forget what the hell happened. I gotta re-listen to a lot of the audiobooks because there's a lot of gaps and stuff that I don't fully remember. So there was stuff that I miss, but I'm still, getting the detailing of him down. What else was there? I think the biggest thing between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith was him defeating Ventress. Like, to me, that's a big thing because that whole fight was amazing and just phenomenal, and how it was captured by Genndy Tartakovsky. Love that shit. Like, Clone Wars Microsoft is so good. Anyway, but the fight between Anakin and Ventress, beautiful. Lightsabers in the rain, him, championing, god damn it, I can't say the fucking word. Beating her ass. I can't get the fucking word out. Championing. Wow, I cannot say it. Fucking beating her ass. I mean, like, literally beating her ass. Like, wow. Oh, man. I have trouble saying words. I can't even say Mercury right. It sounds weird when I say it. Anyway, back to Annie. And, they get married at the end of Attack of the Clones in secret. And I remember listening to that on audiobook, and it was just so beautiful. The way, I got goosebumps again. Whew. It was beautiful the way, I think it was Jonathan Davis. Yeah, I think it was Jonathan Davis, because Mark Thompson hadn't been brought into the fold yet. Another legendary narrator I love. Love that man. Yeah, it was Jonathan Davis. Yeah, because Jonathan Davis has that smooth, fatherly tone when he narrates a book. It's like, oh, it's so good. And the way he paints the picture in your head, magnificent. So anyway, fast forward back to Revenge of the Sith. So we got 20-something Anakin being a badass warrior. He went up against Grievous, and, well, him and Obi went up against Grievous and whatnot. And, like, even that was crazy. Like, it was good. It could have been more. Um, that's one. So, and you get more development and how everything went and stuff. And watching him turn to the dark side when he found his mom in Attack of the Clones was really deep. Like you see it, like when you see it happen, you don't really realize it at first. But if you're if you're a hardcore fan, you're like, oh, he's turning dark side. Yep, he is. Mm-hmm. But for some of us, we're still skeptical and whatnot because we're still learning, we're still understanding his thought process and how he is as a person. And with Revenge of the Sith, the way he gets manipulated by Palpatine, it's like, damn. Like, you never realize that. Like, sometimes you never see it coming until the last second. And something else that really boggled my mind when I was watching Phantom Menace. How the fuck did 9-year-old Anakin not recognize Padme in makeup? How did he not recognize her ass? How? How? Does she have force powers? Is she force sensitive? There's all them wild ass theories, but whatever. Personally, I like Darth Jar Jar. That's my favorite. But when Anakin finds out that it was Palpatine behind everything, like, and then making that when you read, I highly recommend audiobooks. I highly recommend listening to Revenge of the Sith audiobook. Listen to it. Please, please, for the love of fucking God. Listen to it. I swear you'll understand what I'm talking about. Like, it is so deep and so powerful. It's so good. But when he that whole struggle between Mace and Palpatine and, Anakin's, hasty decision and, well, not hasty decision, his indecisive fear in how, if he was to let Mace kill Palpatine, boom, there goes his chance of saving Padme. There goes, any chance of him becoming as powerful as he wanted to be. So on and so forth. But, he decided to go with the latter. Cut Mace's arm off, and Mace got ganked by Palpatine. I can't believe people think he's still alive. Like, yeah, I'm still here, motherfucker. I survived. Here comes my purple blade. It'd be interesting, but I doubt it. So, I'm going to stop there and upload this. This is part 1. We still got some more shit to go through. Stay tuned.